Video recording. Well, this video is going to be for somebody I know, kind of know, Charles Crawford III. To add to your collection of videos, okay. So you're the only one I know who is receiving all of my videos from I think 1970 to, my God, gee, I don't know, 2000 and something, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's hundreds. There's TV shows. Be careful of those. They have copyright on them. Wow, lucky you. I forget what's on all those hundreds of videos I have. But you're going to be in for a nice surprise. I'm trying to wrap my mind around all that stuff because I'm such an avid collector, as you know. And videos and TV shows and all that stuff and interviews. Wow, so we're going to cover, probably you'll see me down on Hastings Street at the Welfare Office, 1970, and other times. And also the Murchie's Tea Building Lab and Ken Hutchison and all that stuff. And then we're going to go into the 80s and 86, the government people. Wow, lucky you, man. I forget what's on those tapes. I was watching one of them. Somebody was playing one of the cassettes, and a chunk of metal was. I didn't know what it was. I can't even remember. A chunk of metal was falling apart, or something like that. There's lots of that in there. All kinds of crazy stuff I was doing. Yeah, I was doing T. Townsend Brown stuff with wires and high voltage. You'll see that in there, I'm sure. I was doing just simply magnetic, like shooting magnetic fields at objects. You'll see that in there as well. It's kind of normal stuff. You'll see high voltage stuff. You'll see, holy Macintosh. You're going to see a lot of stuff. You're going to see lots of stuff. You're going to see electrostatic effects. You're going to see Hutchison effects here and there. You'll see me trying something, demonstrating for CNN, for the government people, Jack Houck, McDonnell Douglas. Japan. You're going to see all kinds of stuff from Japan. They had a duplicate Hutchison effect lab in Hiroshima City. You'll see all of that. You might see some German stuff, I think. Austria, Egypt, where else? Probably England too. Oh, lucky you. I wish I could see it, you know. You could make yourself a huge fortune with those tapes if you're careful. Upload them to a YouTube channel called The Trials and Tribulations of John or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, there's LA, Los Angeles, meeting some of the actors. There's conferences. Oh my God. From what thanks to Nancy, I suggested to her that you should only get all these videos. And most people got agendas, you know, they want to see what I was doing or how to duplicate it. Oh, you can do that too, but don't be secret squirrel. It doesn't pay off. Or look for money and all that. But you probably can make a lot of money on YouTube royalties or YouTube ads if you want to. Wow, there's stuff in there. There's George Hathaway's in there. There's other scientists in there. There's the apartment stuff. Wow, there's Tom Sky. There's Rob Simone, Polish Films, Fox TV. Wow. Discovery Channel, Japanese television, JOGM TV. A lot of stuff there. And so thanks to Nancy, who is sending it all to you. It's going to be awesome. It's the first time this stuff's ever been out in the public, actually. And it took Nancy a week or more, just 24 hours copying those tapes into computers. That was about 2013, I think, or 14, something like that. I remember it because one video would play, and another one would play, and over again. At night, load up the VCR, and it's just wow. This all the stuff went onto a hard drive, many terabytes. So you're the first person to get this info. I don't know about the documents, if you're getting all that or not. I don't know. Lots of that stuff too. There's stuff that I totally don't even remember now. Because life is fast and furious. You don't wallow around in past stuff all the time. I like going forward, but for people like you, I think you're going to learn a lot from this stuff. I know you will. Oh yeah, you'll see the Navy ships. You'll see Yin, Gasta. You'll see me working there. Who else? There's other people. There's so many different people that came and went over the years because I had in my residence places where I was working on this stuff a camera that George Hathaway gave me, which was always turned on. So if I give a demo for CNN or NBC or whoever it is, or Fox, that camera was always running. So you're going to see a lot of weird and stuff. You'll see me trying to demonstrate something, and you see Rob Simone working on stuff. Make sure it's not fake, you know. Put it over here. Oh, thank God that somebody's got it now. So go with it, man. You can always ask me questions and see if I can remember what the place is going on there. I had bottles shrinking and all that weird glass and other crazy things. I'm trying to remember because see a pair of scissors explode in a million pieces. Somebody bought that on eBay, and that's why I thought of it. Ah, lucky him. Lucky Charles Crawford. After all, you're a very outgoing, very intelligent person, and I think that you know how to handle this stuff. You're going to carry on the weird science, or whatever you want to call it. Now let me know. I'm trying to think of... I don't think there may be some Canadian government stuff in there. I don't know. Wow. And I get copies from the TV people and other people and scientists that filmed it, and I forget about it. You know, who do I remember mostly? Timmy Ventura coming up and filming stuff with some scientists. One of many different people over the years, so this video is directed at you. I don't know of any other people except Paul Mueller, but you're so dedicated these days, you know. I'm sure you're going to do good with this stuff. When you sent me an email, some months ago or a year ago or more, you wanted to become my apprentice, I'm sure you would make an excellent apprentice. But I'm one of those characters that works only alone. Ask Wes Roos of the Artificial Reef Society of British Columbia. That was one of my stipulations. Nobody bothers John. If he's taking apart cannons or the electronics, because all my energy is focused on doing it quick, fast, and safe. Wes knew that, and he always say, don't bother John. If he calls for you to come in, do so. And that's 5 years of warships. I don't remember what else I filmed on those Navy ships. All of them, I think, except for Mackenzie. Did I film Columbia? I think so. Yeah, that was on a TLC TV show. I was at Yukon. I don't know. It was something before warships. Wow, you might see stuff that I've totally forgotten about, like Marianne Miller doing her experiments with my stuff. Caroline Allard and doing her experiments with my stuff. Oh, lucky you. The only peaks in that huge archives is when I filmed on a black and white TV with this iPad. It was mostly Los Angeles and what else? It just takes forever to go through those tapes. There's like hundreds of them, and each one is loaded full, like it's hours of stuff. So what an incredible, epic thing Nancy is doing for you as well as you. Have the patience to go after the many terabytes of stuff. Wow. I'm happy. That makes me happy. So when you get it all going and set up and that, you can always send links to many people if you want. It doesn't bother me any. They kind of written me off these days as some kind of crackpot. Dresses up in women's clothing, you know. But that's okay. That's what I like, because I don't like this Tesla worshipping stuff. So I just want to do it, be on my own kind of thing, you know. And I really don't like being worshipped. That's one reason, and the other reason it's comfortable for me, and what the hell. You only live once, might as well have fun and enjoy it. So that's how they view me these days, most people. Except for my partners I meet in real life. Scrapyard, at the scrapyards and other places, so nice people. You know, interesting stuff, huh? Happy for Charles Crawford III. Remember his name, folks. He's going to be doing some cool stuff. You'll get ideas when you see me working on these things and the voltages involved and that kind of stuff, so you can always ask questions, no problem. I'll put a link to your Facebook profile with this video, just to let you know. Nancy said you're back from Thailand. Well, that's great. Wow, congratulations, Charles Crawford III. You got a sense of humor too, and that indicates to me you're a real person and not some fake. I meet a lot of fake people that make all kinds of huge things up, and none of it ever comes true, you know. They like to say stuff that never comes to in reality, so I don't know if you had that problem with people, but oh well, you know, it's just the way it is. I don't know what their agendas are for doing so, but good news is Polar Shift Film Productions is Paul Stavakowski. Polar Shift Films, somewhere out there, it's a 3-part TV miniseries will be airing soon. It involves me for, I think, 15, 20, 30 minutes, something like that. Then, number 2 is a gentleman who's into UAPs, UFOs, and other things. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. I'm such an idiot. And then there's a gentleman in Florida who has original Tesla machinery. Now, all that stuff's actually in, Paul gave me a copy of that video, and it's probably you'll be getting it as well. But it's going to air in a month or 2 or something like that, so stay tuned to the television. Okay, on that I should get going and let you get back to your work, and I should get back to my work, I suppose. I'm working on an antenna array system for the VLF receivers I have. And I'm quite busy every day. A lot of physical work, lifting 100-pound radios around and doing other things as well as machining and building stuff and engineering stuff. That's what I used to do in Vancouver. But in Vancouver, it's mostly free, because nobody wanted it. Now it's all mostly eBay and a few scrapyards around here. It's a lot different. No. Anyway, I won't keep you from your downloading what Nancy's uploading to you. And don't be a secret squirrel. It never pays off. I never was. And nothing ever happened. I mean, I would get emails from many different departments in the Pentagon requesting this stuff. These power cells from, they wanted the power cells, and no problems. There's no problem. They saw it on TV, saw it in whatever, I had no problem with anybody. Mostly the only problems I ever have with anybody is a secret squirrel. Business people. Or people with agendas. Now, these military folks in Canada, USA, and other places are very open and friendly. There's no problems. It's just people that don't have anything that works. It's a problem because they made a statement. Oh, the government's after my invention. Oh no, yeah. Or let's see what else. Oh, they firebombed my place. Or, they make up this whole scenario. Big excuse not to show what they have, and they don't have anything, so they have to make an excuse like that to get out of all the money they scoffed from people, And boy, do they do it, too. There's a bunch of them out there, and I know who they are. I know the new breed coming around, but John Searle is a racket. What's his name? Pantone and Geek and all these crazy people. There's a whole pile of them. I've been at demonstrations with George Hathaway at the Alexander Motor in British Properties, Canada, to want to look at the motors, so-called over Unity motors. It's going to burn out the batteries, and sure enough it did. On and on and on, and all this crazy crap, and all these characters and their flying platforms and beetle wings, and it's all garbage. Come on, man. Don't fall for any of the garbage. It's all bloody garbage. There's some good stuff out there, and you have to find it. It takes a long time to find anything that rings true. But remember, what you hear is only Unity free energy machines is mostly just hucksters looking for money, and they get the money, and as I said before, oh, where's the thing, the product, or whatever it is. Oh, somebody stole it. Oh, my place was burned up. Oh, the government seized it. Oh, I can't talk about it. Oh, the government did this, or somebody did that. It's all bullshit. Trust me on this. I've been through this ridiculous stuff because I get people coming to me, and they come to George Hathaway for advice on, is it real or is it just a joke? So I tell them the truth. I said it's probably might be something there, but maybe not. Most likely not. When one ReaTrade group of business people around the world, actually ReaTrade respected business people, honest people, came to me and asked, well, I invested so much money in this. I said, what are you investing in? Well, he has these magnets on a 2x4. I said, uh-oh. I said, no. I don't want to see it. I know it's not going to work. It doesn't work. What I could do for you is create a little bit of energy with no moving part technology. And at that time, I had a lot of barium titanate cylinders from Fair Radio Sales in Ohio, and I did it. They were happy with it. Their lawyers were happy with it. They were going to get the Chinese to invest, I think it was $25 million or something like that. But they never showed up. So Carl David Anderson and the other gentlemen went off doing their own thing through the ReaTrade group. Then along came the Japanese, and I showed them that we went to Japan and on, and all these different things. There's the Japanese, there's Mr. Wasser from Switzerland, there was Richard Brewer from Canada. There's all these different people, investors. And the problem was that we could never get a factory to make them. So I was only consulting, built the product. It's your job to get it to a factory and get somebody to make it, but nobody did. So that's even Charles Bombardier, Kevin Albert, a TV person. Charles Bombardier and I were emailing each other, oh, good lordy, 10, 12 years ago. Come to his parents' home in Crawford, is it? Quebec. Set up the experimental factory, but I turned it down because you get into these weird relationships. And, I don't like that. I like to be my own person, kind of be free. I turned down the U.S. Pentagon folks. I turned down Prince Hans Adam Liechtenstein. If I went to work with George Hathaway, then we would have got funded. But no, it's not my thing. It's no. I'd rather be poor and go to scrapyards. The main thing is enjoy life and not be kind of tied down or in a business situation. I turned down a lot of people. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. And just wanted to get this out to you, Charles Crawford III. And good luck. Thank you. Keep me posted. See how it goes. All right. Excuse me. How many minutes was that? Oh, 20. Oh, that's reasonable, I suppose. 21 minutes. Any other words of wisdom for me? I don't know. I'm still learning too, but it's a never-ending process, for Pete's sake. I don't know anything. Still learning stuff. I have to think, double, what, before I do it. Seems a bit warm. I was outside for 3 or 4 hours just sitting in the sun. Kind of semi-naked, haha, getting soaked up in sun. So. But yeah, any advice? I'd be happy to give you any advice with people. I know you had a lot of interest in the Graviflyer, but I knew exactly what that was all about. Okay, I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to spoil your fun. But the Gravitas Flyer was just some old guy in this little. He's just having fun. There's a lot of those around. Dennis Lee's another one. So they just have their fun. You buy their stuff and it never works. Many times, over and over. I never have bought any of it because I know already it doesn't work. So, yeah, well. The best thing if you're doing something is get scientific friends who can document it for you. That's what happened with Nancy and I in the Gulf of Mexico. Bob Naiman, there was Steve Coburn, there was a guy from the Navy department, there was other scientists that wrote all this stuff up. So then somebody got a hold of it recently and made a video on healing frequencies. So, and they mentioned the scientists and that, but I'm not a biochemist. I'm just a scrap collector, to be honest. Frustrated one too, but oh well, I gotta shut up because you're probably getting bored listening to me talk. But I get great enjoyment in building these things and restoring them and all of it, I'm not out to. I never was out to prove anything. I just did it because it was okay. Well, Dr. Pudoff was visiting with George Hathaway. And there was talk of self-reactive materials, so I had one on the floor running. I think it was a couple of volts in, and then I got partners with Grant Ramond and a famous person from Germany, Thomas Messer, actually the Messer Gas Company Group. We're still good friends, by the way. So anyway, I'm going on different tangents here, and it's not fair to you, so I'm going to shut my mouth up. Fat lip. Thanks, Charles Crawford. Enjoy.